5 minutes to get us back on schedule. I do want to thank you for this honor. I'd like to thank Skip Brock for his part in making this day possible for me. I want to thank the Missouri Basketball Coaches Association for making this possible. I want to congratulate all the other honorees. I've had an opportunity to watch a lot of your teams play, and obviously Coach Bess, I got a chance to watch your teams play for national championships. So, you know, to be up here with a group like this is very humbling. Brad and I go way back. Whenever he was still broadcasting with Truman State, one time we were in the league together with the MIAA, and the people, when we played Truman, people in Joplin could watch the game on the internet. So I would just walk by and tell Brad, I said, hey, my wife's watching this, so you better watch what you say about it. But he was always very professional. Always did a great job. I want to recognize my wife, Cindy, who is here, our 2 sons, Scott and Rob. I want to recognize my brother Dick is here, his wife Penny, our president of Missouri Southern, Alan Marble, is here, our executive vice president, Brad Hodson, is here, our athletics director, Jared Brookman, is here, our head men's basketball coach, Jeff Boschie, our associate head women's basketball coach, Ronnie Ressel, and then I want to recognize former baseball coach Warren Turner and his wife Gloria. The baseball field in Missouri Southern was just dedicated last weekend, named the Warren Turner Field. Very deserving honor. He was also in the Missouri Hall of Fame. And then I want to recognize some great friends of ours, Keith and Alice Adams, for being here. So I appreciate all of you taking the time to come and share in this recognition. An honor like this doesn't happen by one individual. It takes a team. And I've been very fortunate that I've had an outstanding team throughout the years. And since I'm a basketball coach, if you allow me to kind of speak in basketball terms, I'll kind of tell you what my team's all about. My point guard would be my family. Cindy, she reads me like a book. She always knew when I need to hug, when I need to kick in the pants, which was most of the time, and then when to just leave me alone. And then Rob and Scott, they've always been able to keep me very grounded and very humble. And then my brother Dick has always been a great resource for me. Whenever I needed advice, I would always go to home. And Cindy won a state championship in Alabama. Dick has won 2 state championships in Illinois. So I got a lot of advice. Sometimes I really didn't ask for it, I still got it. But I always got a lot of great advice by being at home. So my family would be my point guard. My center would be the administration. And if you're going to be very successful, you've got to have an outstanding administration to work for. And I've been very fortunate that I was able to do that. When I was hired in 1989 to come to Missouri Southern, Jim Frazier was the AD and he hired me. We had a president, Dr. Julio Leon, was the president, and for the first 20 years that I coached at Missouri Southern, Dr. Leon was the president. So at the beginning and throughout most of my career, I had outstanding leadership in the administration. And then Dr. Marble came on board my last year at Missouri Southern as the basketball coach. And again, he provided great leadership and great support for our basketball program and the entire university. And I'm really excited to see what Dr. Marble and Dr. Hodson, where they're going to take our university, because I think the good times are definitely down the road. They're going to happen really quick with those 2 guys leading us. The 2 guards are my assistants, and I've got 2 former assistants here today. Jeff and Ronnie were both. Jeff was with me the last 4 years I coached. Ronnie was with me for 9 years. And both those guys did a tremendous job. You know, the biggest difference, in my opinion, when you become from an assistant to a head coach is the assistants make suggestions, the head coach makes decisions. And everybody has to understand that. So when we would be in a team meeting, I would allow the assistants to make suggestions, but then when it came time to make the decision, I would have to make it. And when we left the room, everybody was on board. Everybody knew what we were going to try to do. And when you do that, positive things can happen. The power forward would have to be my players. And I've been very fortunate that I've had some outstanding players over the years, some really great ones. I will admit, though, that in the early 2000s, when I had an Pablo Espanol, we got pretty good because we recruited several kids from Puerto Rico that could play. And they were outstanding players for us, but you're never going to win big without good players. And I've been very fortunate that I've been able to do that. As the old saying, you're not going to win the Kentucky Derby with a mule. And that's exactly right. And then the small forward would have to be the community. I think any good program, there's a great support system around it. And that's why each and every one of y'all are here today, because you're representing one of these coaches here, either as a family member or as a friend. And it takes a good booster club, it takes a good community support to make positive things happen. And I've been very fortunate again that the Joplin community has been great for Missouri Southern. They've been very supportive, and they've made a lot of positive things happen for us. Any good team takes a good sixth man. And my sixth man would have to be Lady Luck. Because in 1979, I was coaching and teaching at Mountain Grove High School. Great community. I loved it there. I was only there for 1 year, but I loved it. Great people. And I was sitting in the coach's office, and the phone rang. And I answered it, and on the other end was Gene Bartow. And Coach Bartow, first question out of his mouth was, "Hey Robert, did you get the phone call where I called yesterday?" Well, I don't know how it is now, but back then, students answered the phone in the office. They were supposed to take messages, so you always didn't get your message from that phone call. So I explained to him, I said, "Coach, I can get it." He never said another word. Went on, and he offered me a position on his staff. I played for Coach Bartow at Memphis State for 1 year, and he left to go to Illinois after my freshman year, and he and I kept in close touch throughout the years. So whenever he offered me a position, I took it. So, as you can see, Lady Luck has played a big part in this, because if Coach Bartow had not made that second phone call, I wouldn't be here today. So, with that in mind, you know, you've got to be lucky, as well as you got to have a lot of good things going for you. That is my team. And as you can see, I've had some really, really good people help put me in this position. And I just want to thank each and every one of the people who have helped me get here, because I'm here because of you. Again, I want to thank the Missouri Basketball Coaches Association for making this honor happen. It's a tremendous honor, a very humbling experience, and I'm forever grateful. Thank you very much.